Hello, I'm on episode number 517. I believe it's 517. It might be 518, depends on whether or not I numbered the supplemental draft video of the TEW 2020 Challenge run. This is the first pay-per-view since WrestleMania 40. We're finally here. Vengeance takes over Cleveland, Ohio. The main event is huge mixed tag team action as CM Punk teams with his wife AJ Lee to face Seth Rollins and his wife Becky Lynch. And this will be the final show before the post-draft rosters take full effect. So this is a couple of people's last matches on the Raw roster tonight, including Carmelo Hayes in his steel cage match with Trick Williams, Ivy Nile in her tag team match. Shayna Baszler, I actually forgot, is wrestling for the belt on this show, and she's off to SmackDown, so she could take the WWE Women's Championship over there. And a whole lot more. So yeah, without any more further ado, I think it's been long fucking enough. It's currently June 11th as I'm recording this. It's finally time to get into April's pay-per-view extravaganza. Oh my god, they've got excellent chemistry. I'm gonna have to keep this as a thing now, aren't I? Carlito and Orange Cassidy have excellent chemistry as a tag team. Apples and oranges are taking over Raw soon. I can sense it. But it is Orange Cassidy and Carlito. They do defeat Grayson Waller and Dominic Mysterio. Again, this is Waller's last match on SmackDown, or on Raw, before he goes to SmackDown alongside Aaliyah. Mainly because, I'm gonna completely break kayfabe and be like, the reason I separated Waller and Dominic, even though I love the pairing of them being best mates, is that eventually there's gonna have to be a turn, and I don't want either of them going babyface. But yeah. 41 for Carlito, 76 for Orange Cassidy, 77 for Dominic, and a 69 for Waller. Dominic's fake girlfriend, Beatrice Vargas, is at ringside, and he's got a gimmick that's getting stale. But yeah, Orange Cassidy and Carlito do avenge Rey Mysterio. They will be here tomorrow, or on 2 days, on Monday, and so will Dominic, but Grayson Waller will be heading over to SmackDown, because he was moved over as part of the supplemental draft. Vengeance opening. Very Batman-themed Vengeance pay-per-view this year. You can tell with the Bat Signal logo, I am Vengeance, and all that shit, and the Batman-themed coloured scheme. Going over our big matches, including our 2 title matches and our main event. But first, we have the Intercontinental Championship on the line as Humberto Carrillo defends against LA Extreme's Santos Escobar. 79, sure, nice little opening match. It is Humberto who defeats Santos Escobar in 12:31 with a moonsault to make defense number 2 of the Intercontinental Championship. 75 for Humberto Carrillo, 65 for Santos Escobar. So yeah, the 79 is actually really good considering Humberto's ratings as a singles, not quite hitting the highs of Path of the Dragon high, but Tozawa still not back. So he's going at it solo for now, and he's carrying that IC Championship high with pride. And he's still the champion here tonight, defending against the second member of LA Extreme he's defended against. Of course, he beat Dominic for it, and now he's defended it against Santos. Then cut to Batista in his office when in walks Cora Jade, and she goes, "Dave, you can relax. Okay, your final draft pick. You saved the best till last, Dave, and I'm happy to finally bring my talents over to Monday Night Raw." And Batista's like, "Bet you think you're real slick, don't you? Attacking Bailey at the end of the draft. On one hand, I have to give you credit, Cole. You're a rising young talent. A lot of people have looked at you as a future women's champion. So I like you going out there and making a statement on your first night on the job. But I don't know what kind of shop they run over there on ECW. But that ain't how you get noticed and how you get opportunities here on Raw. You've got to earn them like a real wrestler should." Core's like, "Well, okay, when do I start?" Batista goes, "Well, on Monday, I'll find you an opponent and you can kickstart your Raw career up on Monday in a singles match. And, maybe if you can get the wins together, eventually you can earn yourself an opportunity against Bailey, but you're not just going to get one just by attacking the champion." Cora goes, "Whatever you're going to throw at me, Dave, this is agenda-driven, okay? Me and Bailey have got our history. I wouldn't be here without her. And then she tossed me to the side, to the curb, because, she had some petty vengeance against Dakota Kai, and now I'm floundering without damage control. That's all I heard. But Bayley, she's going to regret tossing me aside. I'm sorry. I had to say 86 over there. Good fucking job, Rhea. Holy shit. You carried the fuck out of this. Yeah. So Rhea and Tatum against Alexa and Ivy. This is Ivy Now's last match on Raw. She's moving over to ECW, starting on Monday. And she does leave with a win, technically, because Alexa Bliss pins Tatum Paxley with a Twisted Bliss to win the match for her and Ivy Nile. 74 for Alexa, 62 for Ivy, 68 for Tatum, and a 97 for Rhea Ripley. Holy fuck. Yeah. But Alexa now technically holds a win over the Liberty Champion. And of course Rhea scolds Tatum Paxley for the loss. And she goes, "I'm sorry, Mommy, I'm sorry. I'll do better next time, Mommy, I'm sorry." But yeah, big win in an 86 rated match here. I wasn't expecting that. We then get a quick video, recapping the draft and showing the graphic of the new Raw roster, including, their biggest new pickups. Those being Seth Rollins, LA Knight, Bianca Belair, Bronson Steiner, Cora Jade, Montez Ford, Tiffany Stratton, Damian Priest, and the like. All the names that were picked up on TV. And, starting Monday, we've got the new era of Raw. Who will step up on this new roster? Will it be a familiar face? Will it be somebody new? Will it be a former face who's returning? I'll have to wait and find out. 74. Bleh. I really was hoping for better out of that, but I guess AJ's kind of washed. And I guess in terms of in-ring performance, actually wasn't that far off. I just thought, it would do better. So I gave him 22 minutes, so obviously this dragged, which is annoying. But yeah, Jay White defeats AJ Styles with the Blade Runner in 21-31. 76 for Jay White, 74 for AJ. Yeah, that's 2 down for Jay White. He beat Ricochet. Now he's beating AJ Styles. He continues the attack on AJ after the match. The Guns, they join in. And then Finn Balor comes out. He makes the save. He fights them off. And then, it gets announced that on Monday Night Raw, the first Raw with the new rosters, they're going to have 2 familiar faces for the Raw roster facing off as Finn Balor and Jay White go one-on-one this Monday. That should be a hoot. Or, perfectly average. But I think Finn's slightly better than AJ in this game right now, and Jay White will be more popular now he's got this win, so yeah. 84. Logan Paul and KSI of Team Prime, the partners in Prime. They are still the World Tag Team Champions. Logan Paul hits that one lucky punch with those brass knuckles on as one of the Prime goons at ringside slips them onto his hand. He punches Kofi Kingston's lights out. And Logan Paul and KSI make defense number 1 of the World Tag Team... No, 2, sorry, because they retained him at WrestleMania. And it says 2 on my screen right there. 56 for KSI, 84 for Logan Paul, 93 for Kofi, and 91 for Big E. Yeah. Those damn dastardly partners in Prime. Those damn influencers think they know everything about wrestling, think they're more important than they really are. But they are quite important to the landscape right now because, and still, the World Tag Team Champions, Logan Paul and KSI. 87. Holy shit, Shayna, go on. Leave Raw with a bang, why don't you? Yeah. That's why Shayna got the match and not Carmella, because Shayna is the better performer out of the two. But, to a result I'm sure shocks absolutely nobody. In 13 minutes and 40 seconds, Bayley does plant Shayna Baszler with the Rose Plant to make defense number 2 of the WWE Women's title. 89 for Bayley, 83 for Shayna Baszler. So yeah, Shayna Baszler, her new home will be on SmackDown. Bayley remains on Raw, and she remains the WWE Women's Champion. She's got a whole crop of new challengers. It's no longer just the horsewomen clogging up the title scene on Raw. I mean, Becky's still here, but, other than that, you've got Bianca, you've got Tiffany, you've got Cora, you've got... Who was on the babyface side? Alexa, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, Bayley retains over Shayna Baszler here tonight. Trick Williams, he's backstage. He goes, let's talk about it. I say, Mello, my old brother, my old best friend, Carmelo Hayes, he ditched me. He pushed me to the curb because he was worried I was taking his spotlight. But that ain't what Tricky Willie does. Tricky Willie was on the ascent alongside Carmelo Hayes, but Carmelo Hayes couldn't handle sharing the spotlight, so he kicked me to the curb. But don't you worry, Mello, I tracked you down. I followed you all the way around here. WrestleMania, I beat your punk ass 1, 2, 3. I hit that trick shot, knocked your lights out. Now you may have got one over on me on Raw last week, but as far as I'm concerned, we're one apiece here. This right here, steel cage, the rubber match. There ain't no way, excuses, Mello. There ain't no way you can get out of this one by scraping by. But here's what I see. Tricky Willie will be remaining on Monday Night Raw, and you are going back over to SmackDown. So, this war between me and you, it ends here tonight. And it's going to be Tricky Willie who's going to be worth all the hype in the world, because maybe now, Mello, your reality of being overshadowed by your hype man is about to become real. Hit my music and whoop that trick. One camera shot, he walks all the way out. And we get the steel cage match, Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes, up next. 80. That's pretty fine, considering, it's Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. Mello gets an 88, Trick gets a 66. They had a cage match in real life, which was fine. But apparently this one was a little bit better. And yeah, but it is the same result as real life. Trick Williams does end this feud. He hits that trick shot knee to Carmelo Hayes. He pins him 1, 2, 3. And Trick Williams advances up the card to Raw. Carmelo Hayes, he gets a fresh start, He's quote unquote leaving the territory. So he's allowed to lose this because, he can just reset himself on SmackDown. So I felt Trick needed this win more. And yeah, 88 for Carmelo Hayes, 66 for Trick Williams. And it will be Trick whooping that Trick here tonight in Cleveland at Vengeance. Hype video for the WWE Championship match. The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes defends against the former Intercontinental Champion Dijak. There's a long history between him and Christian, but Dijak's been attacking Cody in recent weeks. Christian says he's got nothing to do with it, but he sure as shit gonna join in on the fun, because Dijak gets to start in a problem with WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. And tonight, Cody's got his back up against the wall because Christian will be at ringside. The match is no disqualification, but for Dijak only. Plus, the Crossroads is banned. 95. I knew this would be good. This is why Dijak got the match. I knew he'd have a banger. But 95 is, Jesus Christ, that's better than even I thought it would be. Okay, so I actually have a lot of stuff to go over here because this match is in my head. It's very vivid. There's a very vivid story I need to tell during this match. So, Cody's getting his ass beat for the first, 10 minutes. Because it's no DQ. Christian's handing Dijak weapons. Dijak's using them. Christian's getting involved. So it's essentially a handicap match at parts. Dijak chokeslams Cody through a table. He kicks out. Christian comes in, tries to fight him off. But Cody's looking down and out. But then, of course, the crowd's getting Cody all fired up. Maybe he even starts bleeding. Because, it's Cody. But he's getting all fired up. He hits the comeback. Boom, boom. Cody cutter. He hits the disaster kick. Dijak staggers. He hits another disaster kick. Dijak bounces off the ropes into the arms of Cody. He gets him in position for that Crossroads. And then he sort of has to pause. Because, oh fuck, the Crossroads is banned. And then, in that moment of hesitation, Dijak can counter out of him, slam him down. And then big boot Cody. And then, the fight continues on. Cody comes flying in for a Cody cutter. Dijak catches him out of midair on his shoulders. In position for a Feast Your Eyes. He hits the Feast Your Eyes on Cody Rhodes. 1, 2, and Cody kicks out. And Christian's getting angry at ringside. He goes, come on, end him, end him. Christian comes in, he jumps Cody. And he, lays him in position for a concerto. And then he goes to concerto Cody Rhodes. And then he sort of pauses, turns to Dijak, and he hands him the chair. And he goes, finish him. Finish him. Dijak gets the chair. He sort of looks down at Cody. He looks at the chair in his hand. He looks at Christian. He sneers at Christian. He looks down at Cody. He sneers at Cody. Nobody knows what's going through his mind other than the fact that he wants to ratio somebody. He pulls the chair back to swing. He sort of hesitates for a couple of seconds, and then he does swing the concerto down. But in those moments of hesitation, Cody does move out of the way. He fights Dijak off, hits the Cody cutter. Christian comes flying in. He uses the chair. He chair shots Christian to the outside a couple of times, and then Cody's getting all fired up. He then gets Dijak up, and he can't use the crossroads to put him away. He gets him in position. He nails the vertebraker on Dijak, and he gets the 1, 2, 3 to retain the championship. 91 for Cody, 79 for Dijak. So, my pet peeve with Cody versus AJ at Backlash was Cody whipped out a vertebraker, which you never fucking see in WWE television, and AJ Styles kicked out. Yeah. So, this entire match was set up to essentially give Cody the vertebraker as an Uber finisher. Like, I said it in the game as an Uber finish, but I temporarily took the crossroads off him to ensure that in this match he would use it, because, the crossroads is banned, so obviously I'll give him the crossroads back next time. The crossroads is still his main finisher, but, for big occasions, he can whip out the vertebraker to win matches. And, banning the crossroads for this match felt like the best way to establish that as a move that is in his moveset, in his arsenal. But he's whipped it out here tonight, and he's still the WWE Champion. Dijak did run him close. And then after the match, Dijak, you see him in the corner, defeated. He's laying up in the corner. Christian's there. He's berating him. He goes, well, what was the hesitation for? What was the hold-up, huh? If you just swung at his head, when I told you to, you'd be the WWE Champion right now, but you're not, Dijak, because you're not. Because you're a loser. So, yeah, Christian just berating Dijak following this defeat. Main event time. Mixed tag team action. Yeah, I think the first time a mixed tag team match is main evented a pay-per-view since, well, the last time Seth and Becky main evented a pay-per-view. Yeah. But technically they didn't even main event that, because technically Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins did. Anyway, CM Punk, AJ Lee, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch. I'm curious as how this is going to go. All of these people are in the 90s in popularity, including AJ, yeah. So it could be really good, but also it could also be like an 84. So we'll see. I don't think it'll be as good as Cody and Dijak, but we'll see. Never fucking mind. 99. Yeah. I guess the aura was off the charts in this match. Funnily enough, I don't have as much to say about this as I did for Cody and Dijak. It's just standard mixed tag match. Becky fights AJ, Punk fights Seth. But in the end, it is AJ Lee nailing the Shining Wizard on Becky Lynch, pinning Becky to win the match for her team. Specifically has to be AJ pinning Becky. That's the specific. No. 90 for AJ Lee, 82 for CM Punk, 95 for Becky Lynch, and 97 for Seth Rollins. And a 99 for the match, so yeah. Egg on my face for saying this could be an 84. No, but I still stand by it, because I could probably back out of this game right now and rerun the show and it would get an 84, because this game doesn't know what it's doing. I could run this exact same match back again and they'd go, there was a lack of psychology, it's a 67. But yeah, CM Punk and AJ Lee stand tall over Seth and Becky in the first 99 rated match of the season. This could be the match of the season contender right here. And, funnily enough, the second time Seth and Punk have stepped into the ring against each other and it's got a 99. Who knows? Maybe next time they do so it can get a 100. Whenever that may be. But yeah, Punk and AJ win, but after the match you see Seth, he's on the ramp, he's livid, he's angry, he wants to get back at Punk. Becky, though, she's a lot more out of it. She just sort of, blankly stares, and just wanders to the back, like she doesn't know where she is, her head's in fucking space. And Seth sort of looks across hey, where the fuck's she going? So as much as he does want to get into the ring to get back at Punk, he does eventually follow his wife out, allowing Punk and AJ to celebrate as the show goes off the air. 100 rated show, 99 rated main event. This was really a one-match show, but it turned out to be a two-match show because Cody and Dijak In terms of pay-per-view builds, it was sort of kind of thrown together because it was on 3 weeks, and one of those weeks was the draft week. But all in all, a nice little B-show outing from Raw, I'd say. Like, it's not going to be like the best pay-per-view of the season, despite what that says. It's not going to be like the best pay-per-view of the season in terms of like actual canon-wise. But, you know, for a 3-week Raw pay-per-view build, it's pretty good. But what matters more is what you thought of the show. You might have thought the show was shite. But, yeah, do let me know what you thought in the comments below. And I'll see you next time for Raw, the first Raw with the new rosters. Cody Rhodes still champion. Who will step up to challenge him next? You'll have to wait and see. See you then.